What distinguishes a beautiful place from an extraordinary one? A beautiful place pleases your senses, while an extraordinary place overwhelms them. It's where every sight doesn't just soothe but astonishes you, where the roads don't just offer a scenic journey but electrify every moment, and where the adventure pushes the limits of your endurance. Such is Ladakh, a realm that transcends beauty. However, to experience Ladakh in its full glory, it's essential to understand it deeply, or you will end up on the standard crowded tourist routes. So, in this video, we shall explore Ladakh's 6 regions and uncover what makes each one special. We'll traverse its 4 main mountain ranges and 2 major rivers, which define Ladakh's unique geography and add distinct character to each region. And most importantly, we will journey along the beautiful routes of Ladakh, many of which still remain largely unexplored. Join me as I delve into this magnificent land. Ladakh lies on the periphery of the Himalayan and Trans-Himalayan region, making it one of the most unique places in the world. But what exactly are the Himalayan and Trans-Himalayan regions? Millions of years ago, the Indian and Tibetan plates collided, leading to a long and complex geological process that formed the highest mountains in the world, the Himalayas. The Himalayan region lies on the Indian plate to the south, while the Trans-Himalayan region is on the Tibetan plate to the north. These 2 regions are so distinct that crossing from one to the other feels like entering an entirely new world. And in this new world, there are 4 main mountain ranges. The southernmost is the Zanskar range, which separates Ladakh from the rest of India. Now, to cross any mountain range, we travel through a mountain pass, which is essentially a gap in a mountain ridge or range, often taking the form of a col or saddle, making it easier or feasible to traverse the otherwise rugged terrain. There are currently 3 motorable passes to reach Ladakh by road. The first of these is Zojila Pass, which is on the oldest route to Ladakh, accessed via National Highway 1 or Srinagar-Leh Highway. Among all the motorable mountain passes on all the routes in Ladakh, Zojila has the lowest altitude. However, being closer to the windward or southern side of the Himalayas, Zojila Pass experiences a significant amount of snowfall and rainfall. Additionally, the structure of this pass is also very steep, making it quite precarious to cross it in the past. However, of late, the roads have become quite wide, making it much easier to cross Zojila. It was here that in 1948, a critical battle was fought when the Indian Army brought tanks at this altitude to liberate this only route at that time into Ladakh from Pakistani forces. Currently, Ladakh remains inaccessible by road during the winter months. However, with the construction of the Zojila Tunnel on National Highway 1, Ladakh will remain connected with the rest of India by road throughout the year. The other way to reach Ladakh by road is National Highway 3 or Leh Manali Highway. Now, as I said earlier, Ladakh was accessible by road only through Zojila. However, after the Indian-China War of 1962, the need for an alternative route to Ladakh became apparent. Consequently, work on this new route began in 1964. However, it is a different matter that it took 25 years to build this route, and it started in 1989. And on this route is Baralashla, the mountain pass to enter Ladakh from the side of Himachal. Apart from this, there are 3 more major mountain passes on this route: Nakhila, Lachungla, and the highest pass on this route, Tanglangla. A few years ago, work began on a 3rd road to connect Ladakh, known as the Sarap and Zanskar Road. Now, why is it named Sarap Road? Because this road goes parallel to the Sarap River till about Shinkula, which is a 3rd mountain pass connecting Ladakh with rest of India, and the 2nd one connecting it with Himachal. Additionally, similar to the Zojila Tunnel, in order to make this road an all-weather road as well, Shinkula Tunnel is also being constructed here, which will most likely be the world's highest altitude tunnel. So now as we enter Ladakh, let's explore its 4 main mountain ranges and 2 major rivers, Indus and Zanskar, carving its 6 main regions. First, let's come to the western region of Ladakh. Carved primarily by the Zanskar Range and Indus River. Starting from LOC with Pakistan, this region of Ladakh goes till Khalsi. During the Kargil War, this was the main battleground. This region can be primarily divided into two parts. One part is along the National Highway 1, where Dras is the first major town we encounter, situated along the Dras River, which originates from Jozela. Following this, along the Suru River is the town of Kargil, and between these two towns lies the Kargil War Memorial. Next we come to Mulbhek, where there is a 30-foot high, 1200-year-old rock-cut statue of Buddha, reminiscent of the Bamiyan statues. Then after crossing two high mountain passes, Namikla and Fatula, we reach the 1000-year-old monastery of Lama Yuru. It is believed that a lake once existed here, which dried up, leading to the settlement of this town. After Lama Yuru, we drive along the Yapula River and join the Indus River at Khalsi, from where we enter the second region of West Ladakh, which is the beautiful Aryan Valley. At an average altitude of 2700 meters, this is the lowest altitude region of Ladakh. The first village of Aryan Valley on this road is Takamashik. Next comes Damkhar, where we can see 5000-year-old rock paintings called petroglyphs, indicating the ancient nature of civilization in Ladakh. This region of Ladakh is quite famous for its apricots, a glimpse of which we get in our next set of villages of Dargu, Achinatang and Hanu. There is also a small Aryan Valley museum in Hanu, after which comes the village of Dha. From here in Dargu, one road connects to National Highway 1. Along this road is the ancient and amazing castle of Chitkan. Moving further ahead from Dha, we reach the beautiful monastery and waterfall of Garkon, and then comes Batalik, beyond which starts the LOC. Also at Batalik, Indus River leaves Ladakh and enters Gilgit-Baltistan. From Batalik, one road passes through Hambatingla mountain pass and joins National Highway 1 in Kargil. On the way, there is a small but beautiful lake of Chumik Ringmo. The National Highway 301 originates from Kargil, which takes us to a place surrounded by Zanskar Mountains and Zanskar River, which is the second region of Ladakh, South Ladakh. On this road, first we come across the beautiful village of Rangdum. Near Rangdum are the highest peaks of the Zanskar range in Ladakh, Noon at 23,200 feet and Kun at 23,400 feet. Next we reach the Penzilla mountain pass, where there are twin lakes of Langso and Statso. From here, we can see the Drangdrung Glacier, the source of the Doda River, which is the originating stream of Zanskar River. Following this, we arrive at the largest town of this region, the beautiful Padum. Padum can also be reached via that Sarap road coming from Shinkula. On this road lies the holy and beautiful mountain of Gumbok Rangan and the ancient Futkal monastery in Purne, located at the confluence of the Sarap river coming from Pangpola and the Kargyak river coming from Shinkula. These rivers then merge with the Doda river a little further ahead, forming the Zanskar river. Zanskar road originates from Padum, connecting Zagla, the ancient capital of Zanskar, and its monastery to Leh via three high mountain passes. Murgumla, along which lies the ancient town of Lingshed, Sengela and Sisirla. This road then joins National Highway 1 near Lama Yuru, close to Wanla village, and from there it goes to Leh. Another road, which is almost ready, will also connect Padum to National Highway 1 near Chilling. And since this road will run along the river, there will be no high mountain passes on this road, making it the second all-weather road in Ladakh. This will ensure that Padum is connected to Leh throughout the year, which currently is connected in winters via Zanskar River. No, not through the boat, but one has to walk on the frozen Zanskar River. From South Ladakh, we now move into the third and perhaps the most adventurous part of Ladakh, the region of Hemis National Park, which is also India's largest national park. Situated between the Indus and Zanskar rivers amidst the Zanskar range, and so this area, along with South Ladakh, is collectively known as the Zanskar region. This region is a gold mine for adventure lovers, and in order to maintain the sanctity of this place, this part of Ladakh doesn't have many paved roads. Basically, what you get here is complete wilderness. Just huge mountains, rivers, and beautiful skies. And of course, animals, as we are essentially in the leopard country, with the world's highest concentration of snow leopards. However, you don't see them that easily here. This region is famous for its several treks, the most famous of which is Marakha Valley trek. Almost at the center of this region falls a cluster of some peaks above 6,000 meters, which also includes India's highest non-technical and semi-technical peaks like Zojongo and Kangyatse 2, which are quite popular among climbers. To the north of this region falls Rumbak village, which in the winters is the hotspot for snow leopard gazing. And here also lies an excellent high altitude day trek to Stokla, which connects this Rumbak village with Stoke village, which lies in our fourth region of central Ladakh. If we approach this region via the National Highway 1, we first come across the hidden settlement of Raizong and home to a 400-year-old monastery where Buddhist Mahaguru Padma Sambhava once meditated. Next comes the cave paintings of Saspol and the 1,000-year-old monastery of Alchi. Following this is Basgo, the former capital of Ladakh before Leh, where an ancient castle and monastery still stands. Then we see Magnetic Hill and the Sangam Point of the Indus and Zanskar rivers. Further along are the Patthar Sahib Gurdwara, Leh University and the 1,000-year-old Spituk Monastery. The central Ladakh region is primarily carved by the Indus River. To its south lies the Zanskar Range, while to its north lies the second major range of Ladakh, Ladakh Range. And this region has the capital and the largest city of Ladakh, Leh. Also being the cultural hub of Ladakh, there are many attractions to see in the Leh town, including Gompas, Leh Palace, Fort, museums and a bustling marketplace. To the east of Leh, along the Indus River, in central Ladakh itself, lies Sheh, which is Ladakh's oldest capital on record. Here you will find Sheh Palace and Monastery, which houses the region's second largest Buddha statue, in the form of Shakyamuni Buddha. And then comes Thiksey Monastery, home to the largest statue of Buddha in this region, in the form of Maitre Buddha. Further along are the important monasteries of Stakna and Matho. And finally comes the largest monastery in Ladakh of Hemis, from where we can re-enter the Hemis National Park region. Now from here, to reach the Ladakh's fifth region, that is of northern Ladakh, we have to cross the Ladakh Range, which can be crossed by road via Khadungla and Varila mountain passes. Near the Khalsar village in northern Ladakh, at the confluence of Nubra and Shyok rivers, we can divide this region into two halves. Both these rivers originate from the Siachen Glacier and carve northern Ladakh. Essentially, one part of North Ladakh lies in the west along the Shyok River and near the LOC with Pakistan, where you will find the beautiful Diskit Monastery, Khunda Sand Dunes and a small part of Baltistan region, including the villages of Thang and Turtuk near the LOC. On the eastern side, along the Nubra River and near the LAC with China, you will first encounter the sand dunes of Sumur and then Samstaling Monastery. Now since this region lay on the ancient Silk Route, many small and large kingdoms arose here, who derived their power by controlling this trade route. This is why you can find many forts in this area, including that in the next village of this valley, Tigur, where you can see Zamskang Palace. Then comes another fort of Charasa, followed by the Panamik Hot Springs, where lies the beautiful Yarapso Lake and ancient Ensa Monastery. After passing through many small villages, towards the end of this route, we reach the village of Varshi, home to the Yarma Gonbo Monastery. And finally, we arrive at the Siachen Base Camp, essentially an accessible point for civilians to view the Siachen Glacier and visit the Siachen Memorial, built in remembrance of our soldiers who died at Siachen, which is also the world's second largest non-polar glacier. Quite distinctive from the rest of Ladakh because of its white sand, this is India's northernmost region, which is surrounded by the third major range of Ladakh, the Karakoram Range, which forms the natural northern border of India in this region. Also, 6 of the top 10 highest peaks in India are in Ladakh, all in the Karakoram Range, including Ladakh's highest peak of Saltoro Kangri at 7742 meters. In the northeastern part of this region, along the LSE, lies the Karakoram mountain pass, nearby of which is one of the highest air landing grounds in the world that once upon a time used to be the traditional camping site of trade caravans. From here originates a road right along the LAC, which is called Durbuk Shiok Dibyo Road. This road passes through Depsang Plains and Galwan and meets another road coming from North Ladakh along the Shiok River at the Shiok village. And from here we reach Ladakh's sixth and perhaps its most beautiful part of East Ladakh or Changthang Plateau. Although most of it lies in Tibet, but a significant portion also falls in Ladakh. This region is famous for its lake and high altitude grasslands. The shortest routes to reach here from Leh is by crossing Ladakh range in the northeast via Kela and Changla passes. En route, you will pass through So Ladakh Lake. This road meets our Dibyo road at Durbuk, from where we reach the beautiful Pangong Lake. From here, the Dibyo road continues towards the other side of Pangong Lake, heading to the Chenmo region. This area includes Gogra Hot Springs and Marsimikla, which before the construction of Umlingla was Ladakh's highest motorable mountain pass. To the south of Pangong Lake is Chushul, the largest village in this area, located along the Chushul River, which starts from the Sakala mountain pass and drains into Pangong Lake. Here, you will find the Chushul War Memorial, and it's also where the road from Tangste meets. The LAC coming from the Karakoram Pass passes through the region of Pangong Fingers and reaches Pangur Gap, a flat region south of Pangong and Chushul. From here, the fourth main mountain range of Ladakh starts, the very venerable Kailash Range, home to Mount Kailash and Mansarovar Lake. Just behind this Pangur Gap lies another lake, Spangur So, which has been under Chinese control since the 1962 India-China War. After this, on this very route, we come across the Rezangla War Memorial, built in the memory of 114 brave Indian soldiers martyred in the Battle of Rezangla during the 1962 India-China War. The memorial is situated right in front of Rezangla. Next, we cross the high mountain pass of Sakala and join another road at Loma, coming from Leh along the Indus River. This road enters East Ladakh from Upshi, passing through Chumathang Hot Springs and the villages of Mahe and Nyoma. Here, the Indus River is joined by the Hanle River, its first major tributary in India. Following this river, we reach East Ladakh's largest and one of the most beautiful villages in India, Hanle, home to a 400-year-old monastery and India's highest optical astronomical observatory. From Hanle, we can head to Umlingla, which above 9,000 feet is world's highest motorable pass. To reach here, there are two routes, each requiring the crossing of another high mountain pass, Nurbula and Fotila. Descending on the other side of Umlingla, we can reach the easternmost point of Ladakh, Demchok village. After the 1962 war, half of Demchok village is in India and the other half in China. Here, you can find hot springs, Zorawar Singh Fort and Chota Kailash mountain. As from here, Indus River enters into India. From here, we can take another road called Fukshe Demchok Road and return to Hanle. This road goes parallel to the LOC for some time along the Indus River, passing through the village of Koyul, one of the highest villages in India. Another road from Fukshe reaches Hanle via Laking Yok. From Hanle, we can head towards the Rupshu Plains in the west of the Changthang Plateau, where lies the beautiful Somorari Lake, surrounded by a cluster of high peaks over 6,000 meters, including the famous Mentok Peak. From here, we can trek to the Spiti Valley via the Parangla Mountain Pass. There are three routes to reach Somorari from Hanle. The first is by returning to the Indus River Road, crossing the river at Mahe, then crossing the high mountain pass Kyagarla and passing another lake, Kyagar So, to reach Somorari. This road remains open even in winters. Also from Mahe itself, another road passing through Kaksangla and Thatola mountain passes and Yatso and Ripalso lakes joins Chushul and Pangong Lake. In our second route from Hanle to Somorari, we pass through two beautiful lakes of Ruilso and Chilingso. Then after crossing a high mountain pass of Thitsar Pola and passing through Nidar, we again join the Indus River Road this time at Nyuma, to ultimately reach Somoreri. The third and most beautiful route to Somoreri involves crossing the Salsala and Charchangla high mountain passes. This route is the most scenic because it includes a stunning 35-kilometer drive along the Somoreri lake. Also along the Somoreri is located one of the highest villages of India, Karzok. This entire region falls within the Indus Sangpo Seotor zone, which in simple language means that the Indian and Tibetan plates are joined in this region. This region of Rukshu Plains extends to the southwest, where en route you will encounter the amazing Puga hot springs. Then, after crossing a high mountain pass, Polokonka, you reach twin lakes, the freshwater lake of Satpukso and the saltwater lake of Sokar. This road then meets the National Highway 3 at the beautiful More Plains, from where you can either head back to Manali or cross the Tanglangla mountain pass to return to Leh, thus completing the entire journey of this beautiful region.